Last time on Hearts of Iron Ore. After struggling to overcome technical issues and covering several smaller battles, we made it to 1941 and the ongoing Operation Barbarossa. Bessarabia, 1941. Although Russia still had plenty of T-34s, some older models have been taken out of storage. Soviet armor had finally met its match against Axis air power. An Axis victory seemed to be inevitable. Wow, 56 players. The Axis now needed to win as fast as possible before the Americans arrived. Time for a 2v2 urban tank battle. Although Russian defenses were holding Bessarabia, the Donbass was left undefended. Instead of helping the Soviets, America invaded Taiwan. This attack had no strategic value. Japan had already surrendered in the previous episode. I had to stop filming the epic Battle of Russia so I could defend a cobblestone hut. I convinced some bored Germans to try defending Taiwan so I could go back to filming. After 20 minutes, America captured the cobble hut. Eventually, America did something useful: give planes to Russia. By now, the front line had shifted towards the well-fortified city of Odessa. The Russians managed to capture Bessarabia. However, the small size of the province meant that retaking it would be relatively easy. Odessa was now vulnerable to being besieged. Meanwhile, in the Donbass, Rostov was captured without any resistance. The US Navy decided to show up in the Black Sea. However, Odessa was located too far inland for naval bombardment to be effective. Why is this Bulgarian plane piloted by Etika DD flying towards the Black Sea? The sinking was not caught on camera, but here's an artist's impression of the event. After losing the fleet, America's next plan was to annoy Germany by attacking Königsberg, which meant that Greater Bulgaria was able to fully focus on the Siege of Odessa. To prevent the siege, Russian armor tried to push the front back to Bessarabia. By falling off the corner of the stairs, this 234 managed to get stuck inside the wall. After being penetrated multiple times from the rear, our brave driver tried to evacuate the tank. Only to be killed by another panzer that was rolling in from the north. This wasn't an ordinary armored push. This was the main army that would complete the Siege of Odessa. Now there are 3 tanks in this formation. Remember this old video when I thought 3 tanks at once was super cool and gave them a 5-minute segment? The Siege of Odessa is going to make Al-Hasaka look like a joke. Soviet ace tanker Triceratops Boy tried to fight back. But the Bulgarians had artillery support. Thanks to this overwhelming firepower, Bulgarian infantry was now able to reach the walls of Odessa. Meanwhile, America was helping Poland, or something. Warsaw looks pretty cool, I guess. So anyways, back to Odessa. The battle was so epic that my frame rate was dropping. And now we have 5 tanks on the field. That's bigger than a real-life tank platoon. The Russians tried firing back with mortars, but kept missing their target. The Russians then tried deploying invisible stealth tanks. The more vehicles there are, the higher the chance the invisibility glitch will activate. You can still see the particle effects from stealth tanks. Not even a second stealth tank could stop the Bulgarians. Odessa had fallen. However, thanks to the poorly coded occupation system, Russians could still teleport to Odessa. Fanatical Soviet partisans, dressed as unarmed civilians, continued appearing in Odessa, which forced Axis troops to massacre them. Two minutes later. Eventually, I decided to visit Poland. The Russians would eventually give up on Odessa. Meanwhile, American troops were invading random parts of Romania, while Germany was still attacking Poland. Being an artillery penguin is a dangerous job. After skinning and eating the American, Walter put on his uniform and got back to work. Remember Rainfire's 1945 super naval guns from the previous episode? Banning and confiscating them would be boring, so instead I became an artillery recon drone. I spotted a 1945 super gun, then gave away the coordinates to the Axis. Poles weren't the only ones to rely on superguns. The Battle of Warsaw continued to rage on. Elite Bulgarian infantry were capturing the airport and fought their way to the Warsaw Parliament building. Thanks to German artillery fire, there was only one Bulgarian flag bearer left. The last Bulgarian infantryman finally died. And the Poles started retaking the city. Bulgaria was preparing another counterattack. But then, the server crashed. Since the war had been dragging on for almost 4 hours, we decided to let that be the official ending of the 1941 campaign. Poland managed to hold on against the full might of the Axis. Russia suffered a major defeat, losing several cities including Odessa. America captured Taiwan and random pieces of Eastern Europe after losing multiple heavy cruisers. Germany took much of Poland, but failed to capture Warsaw. Greater Bulgaria decisively defeated Russia, took the Donbass, Odessa, and a few pieces of Poland. But don't tune out yet. The game's not over yet.
What the fuck?
Make sure to tune in next time, kids.